Hey, good morning everyone. So welcome back to Christilani Vlogs. I know it has been a while since I sat in front of the camera and did like a makeup thing. So I just got a request from a friend. So I'm just gonna kind of like tell you guys, like if you're a beginner, you have never used a full face of makeup and you're my age, I'm gonna help you out and then show you what you have to purchase to get flawless complexion. So if you know me, I am 50 years old. I'm 50 years old. It just have a hard time coming out of my mouth, but I'm 50. I will be 51 in June, and at this point I do have mature skin. Pores are big, and I do have somewhat of an oily face. So for my skin type, I like to use matte products, because when I use dewy and I put I do use some highlighter, but when I put highlight on my face, it just looks more oily for me. But I do use some, I do use some. I don't go overboard with it, because then my face will look so oily and it just has a different color to it. But what I start off with when I do my makeup is using the right primer for my skin type. There is so much primers out there. I'll give you an example of the things that I purchased and whatever I got in my Ipsy. But for my opinion, I got really drugstore to a little bit high end, but not that high, not luxury. I don't have any luxury products. Luxury products are like Chanel, those top of the line kind of makeup. I have never yet purchased luxury products yet. Maybe when my channel takes off a little bit more, then I will be able to purchase those and test those on my mature skin, but for now I just have products from Ulta, Sephora. That's where I usually buy my products, Ulta and Sephora, and sometimes Macy if they have like a sale. But let's start off with the cheapest primer that I have. This may or may not be a long video, but let's just start with the complexion first. So this is the cheapest, the LA Girl. This is a high definition smoothing base primer. So I use this maybe a few times, but there, it doesn't. You just gotta find the right primer for you. It doesn't have to be $50 or $2. Just find the right one for you. There's a lot of good products in a drugstore, but for me, I didn't find a drugstore one yet, but I did find, I did find one actually. It's the Can't Stop Won't Stop Matte Primer Base Perfecting Primer. So this one is a drugstore, like it's a drugstore item, but NYX is really good as well. And then I do have, there's also different types of primer. There's like, if you have red, there's like the green one where it'll fade out the redness. So for me, I do have some redness in my face due to the sun in Hawaii. And then this one is the Benefit Poreless. And then I do have Peter Thomas Roth No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. So it just all depends what you're going for. And if you have like maybe a drier skin or a normal skin, you can do the dewy. But for me, oily skin, dewy, it's gonna be really dewy, like really oily for me. And then I do have this Tarte Balm. Okay, so the Tarte Balm for me, it didn't work out because it felt like there was something just on my face more oily. So this one was a fail for me. yeah, it didn't work out for me because it just sat on my face and felt like it's moving my makeup around. Okay, and this one is I don't know how to pronounce that, but I don't want to butcher the name. Okay, this one I got inside one of my BoxyCharms or one of them, probably BoxyCharm. And this one here is kind of like a gel. Let's see. Well, it is a gel actually. So I just tried it once, I believe, but let's just go and see. It's like a jelly. Okay, so let's just kind of put this on my hand and see how it feels. I never did use it, but it dries up and kind of tacky. Okay, and then my girlfriend, she recommended that I do this post-shave balm. She said that Nikki Tutorials used it once and it's good for your primer, but you know, you don't have, just find what works for you. And then, you know, so today it just dried up. So let's just try this one today. Let's see, because I never did use this one. It's a veil. So I'm gonna go and try to put this one on first. Oh, and I do have the Matte Perfection from Huda Beauty. Let's try to start off with the Pore Primer. Let's just kind of put that in. I'm gonna use 2 primers today. You want like something to fill the pores, maybe, you know? Okay, let's just, should I just do this Huda Beauty? This one feels really nice though, like, but let's try this another day because I don't know how it works. Yeah, so anything of a balm, like, it's not gonna work out for my skin because it's oily. Yeah, so let's do the Huda Beauty since I haven't tried it in a while. And you don't have to have a one brand makeup. It doesn't have to be all the same brand. You can always just pick your favorite products from each line. It can be one from LA Girl or, you know, Huda Beauty. It doesn't have to be the same brand. You just can pick all your favorite products from each line if you want, you know. But at the end of the day, I'll be oily. And right now it's raining here, so it's kind of like, it's really humid. So step 1, you find the right primer for your face, and then you just apply it, just how I did. Step 2 would be your foundation. There's also different kinds of foundation. There is stick foundation, there is cream, there is a powder foundation. This is a liquid foundation, and this would be somewhat of a cream, I would say. But like, it has a little sponge in there where you could just tap and then put it on. This is just almost similar as a powder foundation, but it's a liquid, you know what I'm saying? There is all different kinds of foundation. There is matte foundation, there is dewy, there is some foundation that is like tinted moisturizer, but I'm not a fan of tinted moisturizer. I'm a fan of matte matte foundations. And it comes in tubes, bottles, pumps, you know. This is, and you can squeeze it out. There is so much, guys. And today let's just try out my Tarte I was gonna do this one here, the stick. I don't know which one I should use. Okay. And then to apply your foundation, there is, okay, don't judge me because I didn't wash my my brush in a while. I'm not going to use it, but I'm just going to share with you guys what you can use to apply your foundation. You can use your fingers, you can use your brush. This is a foundation brush from Sigma. It is the F80 flat kabuki brush. I love this one. And there is also different types of brush. This is the Fenty foundation brush. It costs the same as the foundation. You can use, when I started my makeup journey at a later age, in my 40s, because when I was, you know, before that I just put mascara and eyeliner and maybe some powder before, yeah. I wasn't really into the makeup thing because, you know, but at my 40s is when I started to use full face of makeup. So I'm a late bloomer, you shall say. And when my nephew bought me my first set of brushes from Amazon, and it was great. It's great. I still have some of them brushes. So he started me off on my brushes. Thank you, Joshua. And you know, that was a really good brush set. So you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for a brush set. At the beginning, you can just, you know, get what works for you. And yeah. And then there is sponges you could use as well. So you can wet the sponge, you can dry the sponge, do whatever you want, whatever works for you. Actually, you have to play around with things like that. Step is primer, then you're going to do your foundation. So let's see what we can do. I haven't played with I'm going to use this one today, my Tarte Amazonian Clay. This is a matte foundation. So you have to like work with it pretty. Don't put it all over your face, just kind of look. I'm using my hand. It brings out my pores more, but you know, that's life. That's just how my skin is now, so let's just work with it. Sometimes when you're doing your makeup, it'll look like it's not working out, but at the end of it, it will, you know. Even though if I have the whitest foundation on, you can always play around with it, you know. See, this is a thick foundation. I'm just putting it all over my face. Okay. So let's just kind of like blend it with this brush, since this is my... Oh, and this is like a little, I don't know what to call it, like a sponge. I'm just trying to tap it on. And there you go. It's as simple as that. And then you may want to use, at the beginning, you don't have to like put no concealer and make it all glamorous, but you can just use concealer just to fill in whatever you know, like if you have dark circles under your eye. So that's concealer. You can get a concealer close to your skin. You can, you know, but this one is a little bit brighter, so it can brighten up my under eye. And then you want to get a setting powder so that you can set your foundation. Okay, so it's like locked in there. And then I do have my Huda Beauty banana bread setting powder. So I just use like a big fluffy brush. Just tap it. It has a net in there. You can just tap, 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 tap your face. And then let's talk about setting sprays. There's different kinds of setting sprays as well. There is like same as the primer. There's dewy, there's matte. There's so much different kinds. I do have like the cheapest one I got was the e.l.f. And then I do have the Morphe spray. This is a pretty nice, I like the way the spray flows, you know. I like the way it flows on your face. Then you have a matte. This is a fix and mattifying primer, but the nozzle doesn't work already, you know. So that sucks kind of, you know. But I like the way this sprays onto your face because it's just like a full spray. Not necessarily the Sour Patch, but the Morphe period, the Morphe setting spray. This one is a little bit kind of strong scent, but I just thought I'd try it out when I bought it. And then this one is a Matte Magic Mist Spray, e.l.f. And then I do have the Professional setting spray. This is also mattifying and, you know, the pore thing, because that's my concern nowadays, is the pores. And then let's see what else I have here. Okay, I can't find anything else. Oh, I do have this one here. It's the Milani Makeup Last Matte. But I'm gonna just go ahead and spray it with this today. Now let's do this because there's like a little bit left here. Will I purchase this again? We'll see after today. Okay, right now it's just like so you can just spray your face. So this one right here, it just leaves spots on my face. So like the nozzle is not the best. See? Maybe if they had a different spraying technique, because it's like you have to spray, so it kind of leaves spots on my face. Like I do love this one here. It just kind of sprays out, you see, like that. No spots. Let's try this one too. You see that? This one has like a good flow to the spray. This nozzle is not the greatest. And obviously this one neither, because it stopped working. Like it's not, maybe it's plugged. But this is a good one as well. It's the MAC Prep and Prime. Okay, so that is for it for my complexion. Let's